Hey guys! All right, so tonight I want to discuss running challenge groups since a couple of you had some questions about running challenge groups. These are so important to run because this is the hub of our business. This is where we're going to grow in our business. We're going to bring new people in. This is where we'll expand our network through referrals. If you're running a challenge group and one of your challengers has awesome results, their friends are going to wonder what they're doing. So it all works out it boils down to running these challenge groups. And this is where you're also going to find some of your rock star coaches. And that's going to in turn build that side of your business. So we want to run challenge groups at least one time per month for a paid group. When I first started, I was in a 60-day group. And it was amazing, the 60-day group. It was like my first group, but it was very long. And so those groups, over time, they just seem to drop off towards the end. And over time, I've also seen 21-day groups, which I find kind of short, especially as a coach running them. It's too short of a time frame to run a group. So I prefer 30-day groups, but it's really up to you. It's your group and your business, however you want to run it. I just think that the 30-day groups keep people engaged for the duration, and it also gives them a fresh new start at the beginning of each month in case they fall off. So you can also run program-specific groups, especially if you love a certain program, like the 21-Day Fix, or for a program release, like we did one for Hard Corps. And when I first started, I was in the PIO release group. That was my first group, was when PIO was released. And then one time a month for a free group, and those can either be 5 to 7 days. It can be a clean eating challenge. We have our water challenge template that the last time we ran it, we incorporated a squat challenge, which went really well. And these are totally free, no strings attached, no obligations kinds of groups. And it could be really anything that interests you, you can make a group out of it. Like right now, if you feel the urge to purge, donate or whatever, like maybe go through your closet or clean out your pantry or things like that, you can set a group so that each day you tackle a certain part of your house. Maybe it's your, clothes closet, or maybe it's your pantry. And then donate whatever, throw whatever out. But it'll keep them engaged and it'll get everyone interacting as well. So it's important to start running them on your own at some point in your business when you're ready to do so. And you want to run your own because you'll feel like a leader, and your challengers will see that too. So take control. You may bomb your first group, but honestly, who cares? This whole entire business is a learning process, and you're going to fail forward with anything. So you learn from your mistakes, and that will only make you a stronger leader. I know for me, it took me a long time to run my own. And then once I did, I was totally nervous. I'm not going to lie. It was nerve-wracking the entire, 30 days. But I was like, why didn't I do this sooner? It's not a big deal to run your own. So I want to do a screen share because I want to show you a tutorial on how to set up a challenge group. We have 2 platforms to run a challenge group. We have the app called My Challenge Tracker, and through Facebook. So there is a really good tutorial. It's a video tutorial in our team page that was created by Beachbody. And that will guide you through setting up a group through the coach portal. So I'm not going to get into that only because we have a really good video about it. It's very simple and straightforward. And definitely check out that tutorial if you want to run a group in the app. It has its advantages with, tracking workouts and Shakeology, your progress pictures, your weight. And you can also share your progress with your coach to help keep yourself more accountable. And there's also options to upload files. And this is also good for the people that don't like Facebook, or they don't use Facebook, or they want nothing to do with Facebook, but they want to be involved in a group. And this is really great for those kinds of people. The only thing that I found that wasn't useful was not being able to go back into the group feed and see every post. It will only load to a certain point, and I think it's about a week or so. So if you needed to find something, it's kind of like lost in the app. So As for Facebook, I'm going to do a screen share. And let me see, how do I do this? Okay, so on the left-hand side here, there's your group section, and you could click Create Group. And you can, in here, you name your group. So I'm going to do Test, Challenge, or Team Call. Always add it to your favorites. This way it'll show up in your favorites list and it's easier to access. I'm gonna add Mary since she's on here. Don't worry, I'll remove you so you don't have this extra group. And then, so there's, you have your privacy options here. A public group is anyone can see this group, its members, and their posts, meaning that if I was to post in a public group, it'll show up on every single friend of mine's newsfeed. Now, obviously, when you're doing weight loss things, and it gets very personal, so you definitely don't want to be choosing a public group for a challenge group. I choose closed group because people can see that group. They can't see anything that's going on in the group, but if that group name catches their eye and they're like, oh, what is this group? Maybe it'll track some interests in your group, and maybe they'll reach out to you and say, hey, you know, I'm interested in what you're doing. And a secret group, nobody can see anything. They can't even see that the group exists. So I always like to choose closed group, and then you hit create. So let me just make sure that I'm staying on track here. Okay, so then you choose an icon. You could choose whatever. I'll choose a horse today. I'm not even sure what those icons are for or where you even see them. I guess you see them in the little, in your list on the side here. Not really sure what they're for though. But in here you could upload your cover photo. I take an idea, like we did. Our mom group this month is Fit and Focus for July 4th. So I took some July 4th photos and went into PicMonkey.com. It's PICMONKEY.com. And they have an option to do a Facebook cover. So I created my Facebook cover in there and saved it, and then just click Upload Photo, and you have your cover photo. And then here, these three dots right here, you click on here and click Edit Group Settings. And in here, if you want to change your group name, you could do that here. You could pick a group type, you know, buy, sell, trade, close friends, whatever, support group. And then you could also, you could change your privacy settings if you made a mistake prior. I choose this membership approval. I choose any member can add a member, but an admin has to approve. I do that because if you don't, anyone can start adding, and then you kind of lose track of who added who. And then it'll also give you a notification that someone was added, and then you can reach out to that person and start a conversation with them. And that can also expand your network as well. In the description, you want to write something that's eye-catching, that this is because it's a closed group, or if it's a public group, this is something that they'll see when they look at the group. So what I do for the moms group is I say it's a community of moms that are all supporting each other on our fitness journeys. But you can, you know, like write whatever you want in the description. And I choose only admins can post to the group because I find that it keeps the group more organized. And it also helps as a coach to track challengers' check-ins, because it'll all show up on that one specific day, as opposed to, you know, if you went to scroll the feed and, you know, all the days everyone's posted are kind of like all over the place, all over the place. So that's what I choose, but a lot of people do choose that anyone can post to the group, and it's honestly however you want to run it. I find that this is just a little bit more organized and a little cleaner looking. And then the post approval, I don't do anything with that one. And then I just click save, and your group is created. So you have these tabs on the top here. And the most important on the top here is your files section. And this is where you can upload your meal plans, your recipes, if you have a recipe list, Shakeology recipes, anything that will be helpful to your challenges. Like if you have a challenge group, a program-specific group going on, you might want to upload the calendar, the workout schedule, things like that. Even like the meal plans and stuff, or the meal guide that comes with the book. If you went on to in your where do you go? In Beachbody On Demand, you can download a PDF version of all the pamphlets that come for all the programs. So actually all the programs that you own. So if you own the 21 Day Fix and you're doing a 21 Day Fix challenge, you can go into Beachbody On Demand and download that meal guide and be able to upload it as a file so that people that are in your group will have easier access to that in case they're out or something and they need to go food shopping. And then you could add your members here. You'll usually have to type their name and the name will pop up. And then there's a share button. And this is what I do for our team. In our team page, I'll click this share button. And then you have the drop down up here and you can share in a group. And this is how I share the mom group with you guys. This way you can add yourself to that group and then you could add your own challengers. But if you needed to send it to a private message, you can. You could share it in an event. If you have created an event for your challenge group, you can share the group in there as well. So that is my little tutorial on how to create a challenge group. So now I'm gonna X this out because I keep getting notifications popping up. Am I still screen sharing? No. Okay, perfect. Okay, so that is how to create a group. I usually start with a preseason week of information the week prior just to get them mentally prepared to start. I found throwing people in and having them start in this, like, I feel like it's like a little frantic when they have to start right away. And I found that some people didn't even open their box yet or even look at anything. So when they're starting on a Monday and they haven't even looked at anything, it's like kind of like, oh my God, I feel like I'm going to fail. So I just feel like it just will leave them struggling. This doesn't mean that I don't add people last minute, especially people that, want starting a group on a Monday. I've already gone through preseason and somebody's like, I want to start. I will 100% add them. But I just make sure that they read those posts prior, tag them in your preseason posts on each one, and make them aware of, especially if they bought a challenge pack, make them aware of that 30-day free club membership in which they have access to their entire program. They have their workouts, they have their pamphlets, their meal guide, everything that comes with their program is in there. So they can technically start on that Monday. They have the whole preseason, they read through it, they get mentally prepared, and they can start. A big thing is getting people to interact, and it can be a little defeating when you open a group and nobody's commenting or checking in, and it can kind of feel like you're the one that failed, but you didn't fail. You set up a group, you gave them everything that they need. In the end, if they're not posting, it just maybe they just don't feel comfortable yet. So post engaging questions, especially non-fitness related questions. Post recipes. Ask them to rate themselves with their nutrition, their workouts, their water intake, and their effort. This rating system, like I did like a 1 to 10 scale, and I just feel like it gets them to be a little bit more honest. Like when they read that and they're like, they could be thinking like, oh yeah, I'm doing really well. And then when they sit down and they actually think about it, they're only really doing a 5. So it kind of gets them thinking about how they're actually doing, and it can make them realize that maybe they can put a little bit more effort into their meal plan and they can see more results. Ask ice-breaking questions, and post funny memes just to get them laughing, just to get them to feel a little bit more comfortable. Because, if you don't know a single person in the group, it can be a little bit uncomfortable. But also, if somebody is ready and gung-ho, they'll post because they need it and they want it and they know this is how it's going to work. So the other thing is you can Google icebreaker questions for groups, and there's tons of stuff on this. And I've actually used a few of these. It's questions that people really do post, and they're so silly. It's like, do you like a play or a musical? And people will comment on it, and it's like the strangest thing because they won't comment on their, a workout, which this whole group is about, but they'll comment if they like a play or a musical better. But I also follow up with my challengers at least once a week or once every 2 weeks. I aim for once a week, but life happens sometimes. But aim to follow up with them at least one time a week, just see how they're doing. And as long as they're interacting with you through PM, I don't worry if they're not interacting in the group. You could honestly only do so much. You can honestly only post so many questions that they're, maybe they don't have time to answer, or maybe they, mentally respond like I do. But it happens. And I think there was some really good wording in Courageous with Grace. I think Christina posted about it. It was Taryn's wording. And it's about reminding them of the point system and that there's a prize at the end for posting. But in the end, we just can't force them. Just check in with them via PM. You can only post so many questions to ask. But I did see more participation with some of my non-fitness posts than I do with my fitness posts. And then, so in the end, when we are running our challenge groups and we see these rock star challengers and we know that they would be an amazing coach because they're posting all the time, they're getting results, they're loving the group, they're loving Shakeology, this is where you're going to find your rock star coaches. And you have to approach those people. Just like a simple, have you ever considered doing what I do? You're already doing like half of what we do, which is focusing on ourselves and bettering ourselves and working out on a daily basis and eating clean and drinking Shakeology. Like that's the foundation of our business, is getting results for ourselves and showing people that this can actually work. So if they're doing all of that, they just don't realize that that's what it takes to be a coach. So just that simple question, have you ever considered doing what I do? You love the group, you love Shakeology, you're getting results, and this will keep you in the game and continue to see results. And when you fall off the wagon, it's okay, because you're a coach and you can get right back on because you have that mentality and you have that responsibility and you have challengers that are counting on you. I found that to help me countless times over the past year and a half, just knowing that I had challengers and now I have a team of coaches that depend on me. I know that I have those people that are looking up to me and they're waiting for me to do something. So it helps so much when you're a coach. You have like both feet in, and and that's just one of the things that I love about being a coach. But if you are, if you're reaching out to those people that are your rockstar challengers, you're gonna grow your business side of it, and your even if they don't want to run the business as a coach, they can still get their discount on products. And you could even throw in that whole saying, like, who doesn't want to get a discount on products or make a little extra spending money, just to kind of gauge where they're at with signing up. And I also post at the end, the last day, I'll post some options for going forward. You can either roll into the next challenge group, you can become a preferred customer, which is a discount coach, or you can invite your friends and family, and that would be more along the lines of a business coach. So I hope I've answered all of your questions about running challenge groups. So I'm going to open the line and oopsies, hang on one second. I don't know what I did here. So I'm gonna open the line here. Do you have any questions, Mary? Since you're the only one on.
Thank you. That was really great information. I thought that it was genius when you started doing that at the end of the group. Like, are you wanting to continue, B, looking for a new program, C, do you want to be one of us coaches? I think that was a great way to come across with those options to everybody, but not be like pushy about it.
Yeah, just to know that is an option, because some people don't realize that is an option. So
absolutely, people really don't realize. And I mean, I don't think I have any questions. I was just doing when we did the Evite, the event for the group, to try to like drum up some new attention. I think that's good when you have like expanded out of your warm market and you have like a lot of people that you're not really comfortable inviting to the group, but just sending them the invite to come check it out. How long before your event did you do that? Like how many days?
I think it was, I want to say 3 weeks.
Okay.
I think I held it for a week.
Okay.
And I think I had a week before preseason, or the next week was preseason.
Okay. Because that worked last time when I did that, but I can't remember how long I did it for, so about a week. Okay.
I think a week or 5 days is good. This way you have kind of like a couple of posts per day. So kind of like you post and then somebody will read it and then maybe they forget about it, but then you post again and they're like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. So let me check.
Right.
And then I feel like the 5 days at least minimum is a good amount of time to get all that information
out there, without bombarding. Okay.
Exactly, because otherwise, if you spent one day posting, what if they're busy that day and they're like, oh, forget it, I don't have time for this. And then you lost them.
Yeah, this is too overwhelming. Exactly. Yeah. Okay, so that's good. I think I'm gonna do that for July because I liked that last time. I think that's really my only question with challenge groups. Oh, well, I guess one more thing would be, if you have a challenger that adds somebody to the group, I've been going on the approach of then friending that person and introducing myself. Hi, I'm just the admin of the group. Welcome. If you have any questions, please let me know. About half the time they respond. They're like, "Oh, thanks for the introduction. Like the group is great, whatever." But then the other half of the time, they just like never answer, ignore. Do you just like keep those people in the group, or would you remove them?
I would keep them in. But I would also do that option that you have to approve them.
Yes, I definitely, I approve. Okay.
Yeah, because otherwise you end up with that situation where you have somebody in the group, but they're not really engaging with you, and it's your group.
Yeah. Okay.
But again, it's like you can only reach out so many times. But do they accept your friend request?
Some of them do, and the ones that accept my friend request will message me back and like we'll start chatting and I'll get on the same page with them. Yeah. And it's like the other people kind of no, they won't accept the friend request or the message. So then I guess would you approve those people into the group or just let it kind of?
I would make sure that I spoke to them first.
Okay. Well, maybe I could reach out to my challenger who added them in the first place.
Yeah, you could reach out to her, like reach out to that challenger. If they don't respond, then reach out to your person that added them.
Right. Okay.
So-and-so, you added so-and-so to the group. I tried to reach out to them. What's going on with that?
Okay. Perfect.
This way if they don't respond to you or engage with you, you're going that extra step. Try. And again, it's like, you can only do so much with
you really can. You can only do so much with the participation too. I mean, it's the same thing. I feel the same way with the participation. Like, you'll have 90 members, but 5 people participate, and it is what it is. I mean, people come and go. Some people get busy one week and then they'll be posting the next week. And I agree with what you said. Like, as long as you're following up with them and or whoever coach it is following up with them in private message, then that's what it is.
Yeah.
You know. But all right, that's it.
I'm glad you jumped on. You're like my number one fan.
I really am.
Make sure you don't miss a beat. I love it. I love it.
All right, Lisa. Well, thank you.
Thank you. All right, I'll see you. I'll see you online. I'll see you Saturday in person.
Yes, looking forward to it. Bye.